Hey folks, today we're going to have a go at replacing a plank from a vinyl artisan click rigid core flooring installation. Here's the flooring, and as you can see, the edge of this plank, this little edge was, during the installation, was sitting up a little bit like this, but not broken. And then, of course, over a couple of years' time, use and cleaning, it just snapped off. So this plank here, lots of videos online about replacing it. I'm going to have a go at it today. Okay, I have quite a few replacement planks to work with, but before I go and do anything, I'm going to practice a little bit on this one. So I have this plank online. The manufacturer has a video, I'll link below, on how to do this. So they are suggesting to remove the nub along here, which is going to slide over the next plank, or underneath the next plank. This piece, they say to leave intact, so I'm going to leave that part intact, or at least that's my first attempt guess at it. I'm guessing this is going to slide underneath, and this is also going to slide underneath. But that leaves the top piece here. The top piece has to flip down and drop in, and as you can see, there's no dropping that in at all. That's not actually sitting flush. There's a little edge along there that has to be removed. All right, now I've pre-done this with a knife, just a standard utility knife, and I thought, you know what, I did a pretty decent job just coming along the edge and scoring it. But you have to be really careful, because you can take a little bit of the top off, and then if you take a little bit of the top off, then you get these gaps in there. So you'll see there's like a little bit of a gap in there when I drop this in. It's just the smallest gap, which means you're taking stuff out of the top of the material. Well, that's a bit of a pain. So my next attempt at taking that little edge off was to try something different. So we're going to give an Orbital Sander a try and see if we can't get that little nub off the top of that. Let's see. Okay, so now we're going to take that, and so this is going to slide underneath, and then this is going to come down straight on top, and hopefully it's just going to rest right in there. And actually, you can kind of feel how it hits the groove. There's going to be some glue down in the groove we're going to use, and it looks like it comes down, and I don't see any of those gaps like I had previously, so it's all nice. The videos also tell you to take the corner off here, so whoop. To throw knives around. That's a different video, knife throwing. All right, I'll just take that little edge. Now here it is possible to oversand, so it's better to do a little lighter sanding and then test it and then bring it back. The thing I'm going to do here is take the back side of the plank, and this is the side that I've sanded right here. And I'm going to actually take a sander and take a little bit off the back to help it go down a little bit more smoothly. And the next step is to adjust the height of the skill saw so we don't cut through the floor. Now I've clearly marked out the edges of the pieces I'm going to cut out here.
That's just so that for me, I have some sanity about where I'm cutting and know that I'm not cutting into part of the floor that I shouldn't be. And you might be wondering why I'm cutting two pieces out of the floor here. It's because I noticed a second plank was damaged beside the original, and figure I might as well fix it at the same time. Here you see me following the same pattern as the video from the manufacturer, cutting close to the corners, but not up to that tape, leaving about an inch so that I can cut the rest with a knife later. Here you'll find the step not in the manufacturer's video where you put a glove on so you don't scrape your skin against the floor. And just finishing up the edges. If you don't have that type of knife, you can use a standard utility knife. Prying the boards up. This kill saw didn't quite cut through. There's a rubber underneath the vinyl plank. So I'm just trimming the rest of that. And then be very careful pulling this out so as to not damage the plank beside. Okay, so the adhesive I'm using here is called Robert's 7200 Base Bond. It's a wall-base adhesive for vinyl, rubber, and other things. It was recommended by the hardware store, and we're going to give it a go. The set time on this is 24 hours. Drying time and working time is about 30 minutes. So it gives you some time, particularly if you set that plank down and you find that it doesn't fit. Then you want to take it back and sand it. Don't try and force it down because these planks are quite brittle if you try and push it. Okay, gluing the second plank, just like the first one, but this one is much more challenging to fit in. No, not like that, dummy. Yes, you need to get it fit at the far end here. It's the area it's going to slide under. Make sure that it's down underneath. And it helps to have an extra foot. Now, it doesn't slide in underneath very easily, so I've cut this extra piece that you can use to tap the end just gently so that you don't damage it. And that's probably the trickiest part. Now it's sliding underneath. You can get it to grab. You have to lift it a little bit to make it grab, and then you can set it down. Again, if this doesn't go down properly, like you haven't sanded it enough, it's going to catch, and you'll have to go back and sand it. And that's where it's helpful to have the 30 minutes of drying time. And here's the finished product. This is a day after the glue is dried. And here's the whole thing.
Well, that completes the video. If you decide to give it a go, then feel free to let us know how it went in the comments. And good luck.